Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, would do how we live. And the Baltimore Orioles in recent years have called up numerous top prospects. I'm talking guys like Adley Rushman, Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westberg, Jackson Holliday, Grayson Rodriguez, Colton Cowser, to name some. And the results have been 2 playoff berths in the last 2 years. Have not really succeeded in the playoffs, but they've churned out young players who can potentially be a part of the team for be the core of the team for the next few years at least. Well, one guy who has been on the team the longest would be first baseman Ryan Mountcastle, and he's mostly been their close to everyday first baseman for a few years now. But will he remain on the team throughout the year? So this is via Bob Nightengale of USA Today. He goes on to, and it's super brief. It's literally just one sentence that he mentions, but the Baltimore Orioles are letting teams know that first baseman Ryan Mountcastle is available in a potential trade to clear a spot for Coby Mayo, and Mayo would be yet another top prospect that would join the Orioles in recent years. I mean, reading what was under this kind of crazy with the Diamondbacks and Corbin Burns. That's not what this video is about. But anyhow, this also interested me about Mountcastle. So yes, he is 28 years old, turned it on February 18th. Not off to a super hot start. I'm not sure what he's done today, but this was kind of crazy to me. So, above average OPS plus, over 100 every year in his career thus far. Again, the last 4 seasons now, this will be the 5th where he's really been the everyday first baseman throughout the year. But look at those home run totals: 33, 22, 18, and 13. So 4 consecutive years in which it has dropped, and it's kind of dropped precipitously, to be honest. But despite that, look at his WAR, at least according to Baseball Reference. 1.1, 1.6, 2.1, 2.6. So not only is it going up exactly 0.5 each year, and it almost was for every year, 2020 0.7. But anyhow, yes, gone up 0.5 each of the last 3 years since 2021. Is he going to have 3.1 this year? But yeah, it's going up even though those home run numbers have dwindled through the years. That was really interesting to me. Jason Stark, Tim Kirkjian, I'd like to know how many other players have hit less homers for 4 consecutive years and yet seen their WAR go up. And I mean, it's a lot largely in part because the defensive WAR was great as one of the worst first basemen when he first joined the league defensively. Now, maybe even slightly better than average. But anyhow, Coby Mayo, we see his prospect rankings here. Major League Baseball ranked him as the 14th best prospect heading into the season. He is, I believe, 23 years old. Yes, 23 years old. Turned it on December 10th. Did have a time with the Orioles last year, 17 games, and did not perform well, albeit in, not a large sample size, but you see 46 plate appearances, 22 strikeouts, a 98 batting average, 4 hits, all of them were singles. But yeah, of course, not a large sample size. Hit 287 with 22 homers in 89 games in AAA last year, a 926 OPS. And yeah, I was wondering, was Mountcastle the longest tenured player on the Orioles? And he has to be, because this article from MLB.com was from 2023. Will Leitch, longest tenured player on each club, again, 2 years ago, and Ryan Mountcastle was that guy. Just showed how young they were then, and they still are a fairly young team. But yeah, Ryan Mountcastle potentially could be on the move for yet another top prospect to join the Baltimore Orioles. What are your thoughts? He's a good player, but you're not going to get, a king's ransom for him. But we'll see if they decide to make room for Coby Mayo at the major league level. Orioles, I believe, yes, are off to a 2-1 start. Again, not quite sure what the score is in today's game. But yeah, Coby Mayo could, at some point become a Baltimore Orioles regular this year. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.